Alright you lot, strap in, lock down breakables, cause today in gaming is a full-scale riot. Remedy just flushed 14.9 million down Firebreak toilet, Call of Duty is flexing its anti-cheat, and Battlefield 6 tells you to uninstall campaign when you're done. Finally, some honesty in this hellhole. All that and more. Let's burn it down, shall we? First up, ToeJam Earl are back from dead. Again, Greg Johnson, co-creator of that intergalactic acid trip from the 90s, just confirmed a new game is in planning stage. That's right, alien lads who crash-landed on Mega Drive and made stoners out of half a generation might be suiting up for one last punk-off. And before you ask, no, this isn't a remaster, reboot or other cowardly cash grab. This one's being cooked up as a spiritual continuation at first two games. Think ToeJam Earl 1's roguelike chaos meets Panic on Funkatron's side-scrolling madness, all filtered through Lenser ideas they never managed to finish back then. In short, the Frankenstein in their own legacy, and if that sounds dodgy, you're not wrong. Now here's real kicker. Johnson made it crystal clear that Matt Conn, who worked on Back in Groove, is not involved this time. Cheers for heads up, Greg. Bit weird when your dev diary sounds like it's trying to check off an X. Instead, game will be designed by a lad named Nap, Anthony Napolitano, who apparently has Johnson's full blessing to steer funk ship through whatever publisher space wreck this industry throws at it. And just in case you thought that would end it, buckle up. There's still ToeJam Earl movie floating around in Hollywood's development hell, stuck between script reviews and whatever fever dream Amazon's having this week. Might be animated, might be live action, might be some Sonic-style monstrosity with CGI hips that don't lie. But don't hold your breath. Even Greg caught old things stalled, which is dev speak for this'll come out same week as Half-Life 3 does. Look, I'll be honest. ToeJam Earl is niche gold. Original game were pure chaos. Random levels, aliens, boomboxes, and a co-op so loose it felt like babysitting your mate through a mushroom trip. This new one captures that spirit, madness, not market-tested mush, then I'm all in. But if they try to modernise it with crafting trees and cutscene bloke, they can launch it straight into the sun. Next up we got Beneath, survival horror shooter made by two brothers who clearly hate sleep and love stress. It's retro-inspired, Lovecraftian-infested, and priced like they accidentally forgot to add a zero. You're Noah Quinn, a diver stuck underwater with a shotgun, limited ammo, and a growing suspicion that Cthulhu's cousin is crawling up walls. And somehow this is the most respectful horror game I've seen all year. No crafting benches, no moral choices, just you, your last bullet, and an ancient evil that don't give a toss about your trauma. It's tight, it's brutal, it's built for people who don't need 10 tutorials and a mobile app to aim down sights. Steam's next best demo is already out, and from what I've seen, it's giving me flashbacks to when horror shooters didn't feel like a badly lit theme park. Best part? It's launching for £13.59. That's not a typo, that's less than a kebab and a pint, and way more likely to make you scream. No battle pass, no early access lies, just indie grit and probably a few bugs you'll forgive cause at least it's trying to do something right. But it's all done. But when you're 15 hours deep in another live service shooter wondering where fun went, remember, fun went beneath. Now this is just tragic. FPC Firebreak, Remedy's big swing at co-op live service cash cow, just cost them 14.9 million in kinda write-off you usually see when someone burns down a server farm. And after playing it, yeah, no surprise. It's a co-op disaster with personality of a broken vending machine. Gameplay loop, boring. Enemies, recycled. Missions, blended beige with extra grind. It's like they took control, stripped out everything good, and replaced it with patch notes and sadness. Now Remedy's doing long-term sales forecast adjustment dance, which is corporate speak for we screwed launch and Steam didn't forgive us. Even with a massive September update called Breakpoint, no one cared, because no one's playing it, because no one wanted this. They were hoping to launch a co-op juggernaut and ended up stuck in queue behind every other failed live service shooter at Decade. And here's kicker, they actually expected this thing to drive PC sales. Steam was supposed to be a big win, instead it's graveyard. This isn't just a rocky launch, this is active volcano of denial and sunk cost, and now they're clinging to a roadmap like it's life raft made of wet cardboard. Look, Remedy's a talented studio, but this were a panic pivot with a logo, and it cost them dearly. Right, let's talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and Activision's latest victory lap. Because apparently, they've finally figured out how to spot cheaters before servers rot. According to them, nearly 99% of matches were cheater-free by end of beta. Amazing! It only took 3 matches per rat to sniff them out. You want a medal for that? It's the same franchise that promised Ricochet had worked since day one. Every damn season, ban waves incoming, they'd say, while wall hackers did Macarena across Nuketown mid-match. Every year, same song, different beta. And now they're flexing like they invented anti-cheat, cause they've finally managed to not trip over their own netcode during the controlled test environment. Nah, we don't buy it. I said it in my beta review, and I'll say it again. Drop banner on all cheaters. No mercy. Don't care if the streamers, influencers, or your precious content creators pulling 6 figures a month. If they're cheating, kick 'em out. Let legit players take throne. This empire's been run by wall-peaking vermin for too long. Want our trust? Don't show me infographics. Show me banned accounts. Show me lobbies with actual integrity. Show me a match where only thing I have to fight is other players, not aimbots. Not like switchers, and definitely not someone testing a cheat menu live on Twitch with 8,000 viewers and 0 consequences. 3 matches to catch a cheater? Cute. Now ban them before they spawn. Finally, Battlefield 6 just launched, and it's already kicked Call of Duty in crotch so hard it's wearing Steam charts as a crown. In case you missed it, check out yesterday's video for what I had to say about that. But today, let's talk about campaign. Because when you finish it, game literally offers you an uninstall button. I'm not making this up. You beat campaign, you return to main screen, and instead of replay mission or pat yourself on back, it says uninstall. That's it. Even games like, cheers mate, we know what this is. Battlefield's gone full self-aware. Campaign's 9 missions across 3 continents, with squad commands and revives and all that tactical fluff. But even DICE knows you're only there to chew through story, unlock a few cosmetics, and bolt straight back to multiplayer meat grinder. And honestly, respect. It's first time an FPS dev has had balls to admit, yeah, this bit's optional fluff. You done? It's done. Meanwhile, Call of Duty is still pretending their 2-hour cutscene corridor simulator is worth replaying like it's Saving Private Ryan 5, microtransaction boogaloo. That's off to EA. They gave us a campaign, didn't pretend it was Second Coming or Half-Life 2, then politely handed us uninstall key like a waiter clearing table. More games should be this honest. But then again, honesty don't sell cosmetics, does it? That's your Daily Gaming Hellwire. If you enjoyed today's episode, give it a like, subscribe and all that bollocks. Drop your comments and questions below with a snarky twist. And I'll see you next time, you magnificent